In this video I want to tell you about the real reason why I added cage support to GamiFlow. I often want to bake small details such as these onto my surfaces, but the results are a little wonky like this. So I'm gonna try to explain why it happens and how you can solve it. So in the Painter baking menu we've got our geometry as well as the cage that has been generated by Painter. And when it's going to try to raycast to try and bake basically our details, it's going to start from this corner of the cage and try to match it to this vertex here on our surface. And on the other side is going to do the same. So the rays on this side are going to start a little bit skewed to the right, and on that side they're going to be a little skewed to the left, and it's only in the middle that they're going to be kind of vertical. And you can actually see it here with this. On this side you can see the left, on this side you can see the right, and in the middle it's almost straight. So the reason why it's happening is just because this face is not really aligned with the low poly. So fortunately we can untick average normals, and if you've got hard edges on the side, it's basically going to give you this, which is perfectly aligned faces, and if we bake we're going to see that it's now perfectly straight. However, if we look at our bevels, they're no longer working, and on both sides. And the reason is, it's because, well, now we've got this big gap here, so there is information that Painter just cannot find from our nice high poly bevel. And that is a bit of a problem. I don't find it acceptable. So how do we fix it? And the solution is actually really simple. It's something everyone knows. Everyone's been doing it for sub-D modeling, and it's just adding support edges. So I'm going to start adding one here and adding another here, just completely enclosing the area where I'm going to be baking. So I'm going to remake the low, re-export, and if I reload here and I re-average the normals, we can see that we get like the best of both. We get straight bakes on the bolts and smooth bevels. But the problem is now we've got more geometry than we need. Like I don't want to create like 2 extra faces just so that we can get nice bakes. So what you can do is, first we're gonna enable generate cage, find an offset that works. This one was fine for me. And then we're gonna select those 2 faces. I'm gonna press Shift V and I'm gonna click on Mark Cage Detail. And now those 2 edges have a special color. And if I make low, 2 things happen. First, we've got a big cage around it, but now on my low poly, I no longer have those 2 edges. So I'm gonna re-export, I'm gonna reload, and very important, I'm gonna click use cage, and then you can set your cage file here. And the bake is gonna be still just like before, nice and straight with nice round bevels, but we don't have to pay the cost of those extra edges. If I make the export mesh, we can see that it's just 3 quads. Perfect.